Sir, you have 3 minutes.
Judge, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity to speak. I want to let everybody know that I absolutely believe we have outstanding employees in this county, and I believe that we need to make sure that our employees are properly compensated. We're here tonight to talk primarily about the pension plan. I don't agree with the pension plan. I own a business in Dallas. I've never seen this sort of pension in any business any place I've ever been employed or in my business. It's just absolutely unsustainable. Now, perhaps I understand that historically the pay in some of the other parts of the compensation package have been a little bit low, and the pension plan has made up for it. So perhaps adjustments need to be made in other areas. I don't have enough information to comment on that. What does concern me, though, is the unsustainability of guaranteeing the type of returns that this plan guarantees and making the kind of matches this plan guarantees. Someday, it'll get to a point where the money won't be there, and then what happens? People get fired. We stop services altogether. You know, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can sure bet that this is unsustainable. When we talk about, we had some statistics from Commissioner James about the compensation being 25% below compensation for the rest of the citizens in Collin County. That may be, but it's a meaningless statistic. What needs to be looked at is compensation at all the different levels for all the different jobs, and make sure that if you're at a certain position in county government, that you're compensated fairly for the same position in the public sector. We absolutely need to do that. Obviously, y'all disagree. Okay. So, I think we need to have a good, competitive package, but it has to be sustainable. We live in a time when revenues are not what they used to be, and we have to be able to maintain what we're doing. Thank you.
I want to ask a question, Mr. Reid.
Mr. Reid?
I wanted to ask you a question. And the question is, how many sheriff's officer personnel do you know in the private sector?
Well, Commissioner, that's a slick question, gets a lot of applause, but the fact
how many district clerk personnel do you know in the private sector?
There's clerical positions in the private sector just as there are in the public sector.
How many constables do you know in the private sector?
There are other law enforcement people in other cities all around the region.
If I could have your attention, will you let the Commissioner and Mr. Reid have their conversation?
Does that answer your question?
No, sir, it doesn't.
Okay, well, then I don't know any county commissioners, any sheriffs or constables in the private sector.
That's right, because there aren't any.
That's right. But there are in other cities, and that's who would be drawing our fine men and women away from this county. So we need to look at what the other cities are paying, and we need to have a fair and competitive compensation package.
And that's what we're trying to do.
But it has to be sustainable.
We're going to talk about sustainability later. Trust me.
Okay. Yeah. Was that it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. I need Mr. Sheets.